What's up guys, welcome to your 27th PHP tutorial, and in this tutorial, as promised, I'm going to be teaching you guys the beginning of making our very first computer game. Now the computer game I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make, I'm going to be making it along with you. I already started and it's called Takora.com, so if you guys want to see, that's where it's all going to be at. And I already started, I just made the basic layout of it. As you can see, the title, a little history, the login box right here. But before we even start doing this, the first thing we need to make is a place for the users to register. Since before you can log in, you of course need a place to register your name. So this is the very first thing you do on any game that you're going to make. So that's what we're going to be going over today, how to make a basic registration form to let people register on our game. So let's close this out, and here is my code right here. Now as you can see, if I launch this raw code in Firefox, you guys are going to see my registration file that I'm going to be building right here. You guys can have the template however you want it. I just made a basic picture, and our form's going to be right here, but as I said, you can have it anywhere you want it. You don't even have to have any of this if you don't want. So this is all pretty much code. You don't need to know all this, since this is just to make it look good. The thing I'm going to be teaching you today is a login box right here. So like I said, that's what we're going to be working with today. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a file called register.php. And if you want to add all this jazz to make it look good, you can, but if not, then let's just get right down to it. Now I made a div just so I could easily see where my login box was, but no matter where it is, the first thing you're going to want to do is make a form. So I like to start out just making the form and closing it so I don't forget where it is. And the basic attributes I want to add on this form is, first of all, a name. I'm going to set it equal to form1. The next thing we want to add is a method that says post, and this is very important. You need to add a method post for later on. Whenever we set everything to a variable, you're gonna have that method as post. And the last thing that you're gonna have in your opening form tag is an action. In this, whenever you press submit and submit this form, it's gonna have to run and check to make sure everything is working. And the action says where we want it to check, and it's gonna have to check via a PHP script that we're gonna build. And we're gonna build that as something called register next.php, since this is gonna be our next step once we fill out this form. So make sure your form looks exactly like this and then follow along. The next thing we want to do is add the form tags: username, password, confirm password, email, and confirm email. And I like to put mine in paragraph tags just because I found it works a lot better. Now let's just type username, since this is just basic text on the screen so the user knows what form it's filling in. I'll show you guys what this is later. And we're going to make this an input box. So an input box, in case you guys didn't watch my XHTML tutorials, is just a box where users can input stuff. So the first thing we want to input for their username is text. This is where they're going to put their username. They're going to be able to type in text. The next thing is we're going to have to name this box, and the name, whatever you put in the name, is going to be stored in a variable. So I'm going to make this variable called username, since it's easy to remember. And the next thing, size 15, that's how big the box is going to be. Max length equals 20. That's how long the box, or actually max length is how many characters you can enter. So they can't have a username that's over 20 characters. And the last thing I'm going to add value is empty, since whenever we want it blank to show up. So let me actually show you guys. Save this, run, launch in Firefox. Once I show you guys what this is, you'll see what everything is. The username right here is the username right here. The input text is this. You can input text right there. The name, you can't see, it's variable. The size is 15. See how long this box is? That's actually 15 wide. The max length is 20, and you see I'm typing but nothing more is typing in. You can only enter in 20 characters. And the value is empty, since if we put something in the value, then there would already be text in there. You can play around with this, but I'm just showing you guys one time what it means. So now we have a username that they can input their username. The next thing we want to do is have a place for them to input their password. So let's go password, and in that we're gonna have another input box, but this one is gonna be a little bit different. The type of this is gonna be password. And what this means, this one was text and you were able to input text. Whenever you enter your password on a on your email or something, you know how those little asterisks pop up so no one can see what you're typing? That's what this does. Type password. It makes it kind of confidential. The name for this variable is going to be pass. And of course, the rest of it we can just copy from up here. Copy and paste. Since it can be 15 long, max value. Now the next thing we want to make is confirm pass. Now we want to confirm pass to be exactly the same as password, but we want a different variable name and a different text right here. So let's copy all of this, copy and paste. Now let's put confirm pass, type it password again. We want the name to be pass, let's name that pass2, and we'll have all the other same things. And the last thing we want is email, since we're gonna have to send them an email so they can confirm their account. So let's do that right now. Let's go ahead and type email, and of course input. You guys are gonna get good at input and stuff, I have a feeling. Type text, since you want them to be able to see their password. Let's see, name. We'll set the email. Size equals. Let's make the size of this. Well, let's stay the same, 15. Max length. Let's have 65, since emails are a lot longer than anything else. And value is equal to nothing. Now, of course, just like before, we want to have the confirm email just like the email with the only thing we want to change is this right here in the name of your variable. So let's just go ahead and copy this, copy, paste, confirm email, email2, and there you go. We just created our first form in PHP. And the last thing that you're going to need to do is add a submit button so the users can submit their data. And let's just let me show you guys how to do that real quick. To do that, excuse me, you put input type equals submit. And this is a special button where you could submit. Name equals submit, and this is going to be the name of our variable. Oops. And lastly, value equals register. And if you can see, if we save this and take a look at it, run launch in Firefox, we now have made a basic form. There you go. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a script that will run this form and register the user. And all this information is going to be on my website, thenewboston.com. So if you want to take the text, go out there, subscribe. I'll see you next time.